How you doing? Tom from the Rusty Rivet. I had a lot of requests to start doing real jobs with the plasma cutter, and I'm going to do one real quick for you. We're going to go through this super fast. I don't have much battery left on my phone, so hang on. Here we go. Neighbor stopped over, doesn't want to be on video, wants a drain cover. So I have a piece of 1/4 inch sitting here that'll work. All right, so we're going to cut this out of 1/4 inch. I'm using my plasm, so we have to. And Inkscape. He drew it up, sent it to me. I opened it on Inkscape, which is probably one of the easier ones to use. I am going to save it as a we'll call it drain cover, and I need to change it to R14 DXF, and I need to save it on my USB drive. That's saved, so we'll shut that. That's done. I'll actually get that right out of the way. Okay, next step. We have to get the drawing, find the USB drive, drain cover. There it is. Send it over. It looks like it's the right size. Okay, it's just under 7 1/4. All right, I've got my parameter sheet I made, and with 1/4 inch, the kerf is 0.063. 0.063. I have all my holes leading in on the insides. My outside, I have the holes, I have the lead in on the outside. Okay, that automatically set our offsets. Now we go into this screen, 1/4 inch, I'm gonna go 47 inches per minute. I'm gonna turn the plasma cutter up to 65. I'm running 50 PSI. Torch height control I'm gonna put on 80. There's a calibration issue that I need to deal with. It really should be around 72, I think. You'll have to figure that out on your own. Now we have to connect to the machine. It's connected. Okay, we're gonna go to our piece of 1/4. I'm gonna pick my upper left on this. Okay, we're gonna touch it off. In the upper left, we're gonna hit the Z. Our Z is referenced. And this program also lets you trace your work to make sure it's not gonna pop off the page, pop off the sheet. It looks like it's gonna fit perfect. All right. And here we go. A nice pierce. It's riding at the right level. The cuts are looking nice and clean. There is not an excessive amount of sparks coming out the sides once it pierces. I forgot to change my pierce delay time. I'm gonna change that to, we'll change that to 800, which is what I had it at before. And you're gonna see a difference now. And I'll show you after the cuts are done what it looks like. See how it almost waited a second until it started to move? That's your pierce delay. You've got to give that arc a chance to catch up. All right. I started, I didn't have the pierce delay, okay, and I started getting that. All right, those will come right off. It's not a big deal, all right? That's because I didn't have the pierce delay. On the back side, let's look at our dross. Not a lot of dross. That chips right off, okay? I could just peel that off with my finger, all right? That's gonna grind right off, all right? Let's go over the grinding bench. Okay, here we are at the grinding bench. I want to show you something. If you haven't seen one of these, you need to. If you haven't gotten one of these and you're doing a lot of this, you need to. All right, a couple $100 for that, I think. Okay, it's magnetic. It'll hold your piece on there. You shut it off. Okay, got to watch out. If you got a lot of slag on there, it won't really hang on great. Okay, get it nice and flat. Where's she going? All right, put my safety glasses on. Job done, 5 minutes. That took all the slag off. There's a little mill scale on it. You gotta, if you know you're gonna finish it up, you gotta grind that off, but not bad. All right, you saw the whole process, saw that it could do a whole job. If you want to see this go through all the different coupons on the table, all the thicknesses, how I developed the parameter sheet, have the episode up tonight. Share and subscribe. We'll see you.